Alrighty, I'm excited to be doing a full video on this full moon in Leo because the short videos are really hard for me to convey the information that I want to, especially because there's so much that gets left out. Like degrees. Degrees are very important to me because they help you understand just how much something's going to directly impact you, right? I love being able to talk about that. I love being able to talk about the different aspects and just all kinds of other things. And this full moon, again, as I mentioned in the shorter video that I had posted on the clock app, is going to be one that I think has more importance in as much as it is giving us like a view of this Leo section of our lives in a way that is one, helping us relate to it in a way that's connected to the moon, that's connected to our emotions, that's connected to a flow, and connected to the other side of things. Whereas like Leo is all about like being the center. It is ruled by the sun, right? And the moon's giving us another connection to this energy, but also by the time we actually make it to the new moon in Leo, we're already going to be in eclipse season again. Like legitimately, eclipse season for the Leo and Aquarius axis kicks off in 2 weeks when we have that new moon in Aquarius. So you guys watch this video to see what exactly you have going on, to get a feel for the energies, to get a feel for what it is that you should be looking out for, and how you can use these energies to best benefit your life, because that is what I'm working on. Like I do the shorter videos, yes, but like that stuff gives some information, but I really want to build a community of people that are actually using astrology to transform their lives, to live the best life possible for themselves, and understand what that looks like for themselves. And part of that is learning how to follow the cycles and follow and study your patterns to understand what you have going on, to then work with the energies in a way that is going to be beneficial for yourself, at least when possible. And then when it's time for you to just maybe like lay low or just learn lessons, then you do that as well, right? Like that is a beautiful thing about astrology. Alrighty, so this full moon is happening at 13 degrees of Leo, which means that we have the moon at 13 degrees of Leo and the sun at 13 degrees of Aquarius. They're opposing each other. That's how we get a full moon. And this is going to most directly impact those of you who have planets or personal points, like whether it be ascendant, descendant, MC, or IC. This is going to affect you more directly if you have any of those points between 10 and let's say 16 degrees of any of the fixed signs, meaning Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus, right? If you have anything there, this is going to be hitting you in a way that's going to be more directly or harshly. And for that reason, it'll stick out, right? Those of you who have planets or placements between those degrees in either Gemini or Libra, as well as Sagittarius and Aries, it'll be hitting you in a more favorable way, but a lot of the times it's not the favorable stuff that we actually notice. You can use those favorable energies in order to make something happen, especially for the sex house. You have to engage those energies a lot more. But paying attention to the degrees is really important. The reason for this is that the sign actually spans about 30 degrees, right? And if something's happening in the same sign as something that you have, but on the other side of the sign, it's like something happening in your city, just on the other side of the city. Depending on what it is, you may find out about it. But the closer it gets to being to a degree that you have something, the more directly this is going to be impacting you, right? Let's say if it's in the same half, like we divide it into 15 degrees, if it's in the same half as your planet or angle, then you're going to notice it because it's like being on your side of town. And then the closer it gets, it's like it goes from being on your side of town to being in your neighborhood to being on your street. And then when it's directly on whatever point, if you have something at 13 degrees of any of those signs, you're legitimate, especially 13 degrees of Leo, this is happening at your house. You will definitely notice something happening at your house before you do anything else, right? That is one way of looking at the degrees. And an interesting thing about this being a full moon in Leo is that we will actually naturally look back to the sun, who is forming part of this configuration, to see how exactly things are going to be playing out. And I think that this is a time in which it is kind of a good thing to have energy being reflected back to the sun, to kind of remind the sun of who it is and remind you of who you are, especially in this section of your chart. Look and see where Leo is playing out in your chart and see where you're going to be looking at these energies playing out for you, right? But the moon reflecting the energies back to the sun when the sun is so far from home. The sun is like literally across from home and not in a good spot for himself, because this is a place where like we are having like the lowest amount of time of having daylight. And that's it's a really hard spot. Like imagine like being somebody that's like ruled by the sun, like some a Leo, and like dealing with the times when you're in the thick of winter. It's it's rough because the energy is not what you're used to, and the sun getting that like reflection back from the moon can be good in that sense. But also I want you to really pay attention to the different impressions that you're getting. Like during this time, we have together with the sun and close to the sun, we have Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Three of the most personal planets for us are so close to the sun that their energy is either combust or under the beams, meaning that the energies are being actively burnt down, or at the very least, they are not being visible right now. So our ability to connect to those energies is going to be really weakened, right? And when it comes to Mercury, that is our ability to think, communicate, and it's again harder for us to connect to that side of things. But the moon is giving us like a backdoor way of looking at things and like actually like connecting to it emotionally. And something that happens whenever we get a full moon is like you hear about like the lunatics, because like something is being enlightened and shown to them that has more than likely been there. It's just brought out and actually visible, because the moon is always moving. She's always doing something. It's just sometimes she goes very unnoticed until like it's a full moon and you're actually able to see something, right? You're just like, wow, there's the moon. And with her being in Leo, we're actually getting to connect to this side of ourselves that, again, since the sun is so far from Leo right now, and since we're so far from summer, like a lot has happened since that Leo time. So being able to like look at this and like feel the side of our chart out in a different way can be good for us. And again, like the energies are shifting, because like this is going to be like the last like Leo connection here, um that isn't going to be eclipsed. And eclipses automatically just show some type of like something being obscured, something being hidden, right? And the energy of the eclipses is also quite charging. And so getting like a clean look at this, a clean connection to it from the moon's perspective, is beautiful also because the points that create the eclipses are the lunar nodes, meaning we are having a chance to legitimately connect to a lot of the stuff that is going to be happening, a lot of the big changes happening in our lives over the next 2 years. This is our sneak peek, right? So like I want you to take the time to sit down and write down the different impressions that you're having like these few days before the full moon and few days after the full moon, because again, it's illuminating something, right? And your ability to like see these things will also help you connect with what needs to change. Like, yes, this is like the full moon point from the last new moon that we had in Leo 6 months ago, where something was started here, right? We're now able to see what it is that's happening here and adjust accordingly. That's the beautiful thing about full moons, is that we have visibility. We can see, all right, this is turning out this way. I like this. I don't like this. You can figure out what to cut out, what to eliminate, and what you really want to grow into. And during this time, like because Leo is going to be receiving the South Node, it's going to be receiving the energy of having to release, right? And we can see the things that will likely be taken from our lives or like released from our lives in some way, shape, or form. And part of one of the like the most unsettling things about the changes that come in eclipses is that sometimes we're just like kind of caught off guard and something just boom is gone, right? Well, with this ability right now to actually like connect to this energy and like legitimately, you guys, feel it out. Like let the energies of this full moon reverberate throughout your body. Body's also connected to the moon. um to get a feel for what is it you have going on here, and use that over the next few months to really make changes. Because if the universe is trying to put you into alignment, and that's what happens like for the world during the times that we have like the lunar nodes transiting through whatever signs, but for you in particular as well, like it's trying to put you into alignment, and it's helping you like balance things out with these energies. You'll be able to truly like start preparing, and maybe it won't be as like harsh when you have different things happen. in 6 months from now, and your life starts changing. Again, we are gonna get an introduction to these energies very soon, because we're gonna have the Aquarius eclipse coming up in a couple weeks. So get that this is going to again start to highlight these energies. And like, I think it's really easy for us to forget that things exist on axes. Like there's like a full spectrum of these energies that we're dealing with, where like Leo is the self, being the center. Aquarius is the group. It is like the on the outskirts, right? It is the most outer, it is the most outer side of things. And like the connection to yourself in these two different areas is going to be very different. We will see worldwide changes and like the energies of like maybe like our leaders, the ruling class, and like society and groups. But like Aquarius is very interesting energy, and I'll touch on that possibly during the Aquarius new moon video or the Aquarius eclipse video. But like there's a lot that we have going on here, and like as of right now, like there's a lot of energy going on in Aquarius. And again, like that energy is being wrapped up into this energy that the sun is shooting out to the moon, and the moon is reflecting back. So like take this opportunity that you have to really connect with these energies and feel it out. Feel it out, all right? Pay attention to any psychic connections, any psychic impressions that you're getting, any emotional impressions, because like sometimes things are affecting us in an emotional way and we're not necessarily paying attention to it. But with the moon being highlighted, we're connecting to that energy in a lot easier way. So please take advantage of this energy to do exactly that. And as far as other connections are happening, different aspects that are happening at the time of this this full moon, we do have one of those big connections where the outer planets are getting into formation again, to where their energies are going to start interacting with each other in a way that's very flowy. Like we have Pluto and Aquarius connecting to Neptune, who is now back in Aries, and they're connecting to Uranus, who's moving into Gemini soon. And like we are having a shift from a lot of water and earth to a lot of fire and air, and those energies are completely different, you guys. When we have a lot of like earth and water, it's a lot of like feeling, it's a lot of internal stuff, it's a lot of things that are happening under the surface, right? Not so much with with the air and fire. And Leo is again giving us like an entrance to this energy, and like we're going to be kicking things into high gear, because air and fire are both really fast signs. They're both like outward facing signs. They're masculine signs or masculine elements. And like those signs are going to be like putting energy out, and the energy is going to be like go, go, go. And it's interesting because like there are a lot of different complexities that are being built into this. I will be touching on a lot of that when I post the video finally after I get done editing it, on Neptune and Aries, because it's Neptune and Aries, Saturn and Aries, Neptune and Saturn coming together at 0 degrees of Aries, which is like the first time that we actually have, maybe they found some like case of this happening like thousands of years BC, but like nothing necessarily that we can actually connect to. But those are big energies, and there's a lot that's happening, and legitimately connecting to your energies right now in this Leo section can really help you prepare for the accelerated changes of the next 2 years, with the eclipses just hitting these areas of your charts. For those of you who have very strong Leo or very strong fixed sign placements, like be prepared again, because fixed signs are not meant for change. They're meant to maintain certain energies to truly like create some stability. But sometimes we get too stagnant, and the energy has to be switched up. It needs to be rebalanced. And that's what this is helping you do, is rebalance these areas of your life. And like either it's happening, like I mentioned earlier, with like something happening directly in a certain sign or opposing it, or the ones that are creating squares. Like those squares are going to be the most intense of the energies. So for those of you that have the placements in Taurus and Scorpio, like these might be some of the harder energies for you, because they're going to hit you in a square and it's going to be something that's going to force some type of change. Understand though, if you are dealing with changes, this is part of the process, right? This is something that is happening to help you grow. And if you work with it, you can help that grow and you can help facilitate that growth, especially when you've already connected to the energies and you kind of understand, I need to change this, I just don't want to. All right? Watch now for your rising sign more so than anything, but if you don't have your rising sign, watch for your sun sign and possibly for your moon sign, but like legitimately I'm thinking that more so than anything, rising and sun sign are what you're going to want to pay attention to, all right? Also, let me know in the comments if this is like resonating for you, and maybe you can also use like the comment section for something to like write down different things that are happening, different impressions for you, and then you come back and watch the video in 6 months and see how exactly things are going for you. And like, this is going to be a video where like you will probably actually want to come back or at least go back to like the thing that like, please like legitimately write down something and go back to this list in 2 years, or like go back to this list as things are like changing for you. If what you have changing in your life is linked to something that you have already written down, that is something else for you to just understand. All right, this is part of the process. And again, having the ability to connect to this and get prepared is a beautiful thing, and that's what I want to do. I want to build a community of people that are paying attention and studying the cycles and patterns, studying their cycles and patterns, and then using that energy to truly like empower themselves and then change their lives, because this can do it for you. This can help prepare you for a lot of the different things. Like, the amount of change that we're going to experience in 2026 is going to be astonishing, and it's kicking off very soon. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Again, watch for, at the very least, your rising sign. If you don't have that, go for your sun sign. If you want to get your rising sign, you don't understand what that is, find out your date, time, and place of birth. The time is very important because it gives you the rising sign, and you can use that because the rising sign gives us the ability to connect with where these energies are playing out for us in our lives. All right? Thank you. Alrighty, for my Leo people, meaning my Leo suns, Leo risings, more so Leo risings than anything. Hello, fellow Leo risings. And maybe for those of you that have like a pileup of planets in Leo, this may be applying to you as well. If you haven't watched the first part of this video, go back and watch it because it will give you so much more information than that which I'm going to touch on right now. Now, for us, this is going to be playing out in our first house. It's going to be highlighting this first and sixth house axis for us, where we're going to see how different ways that we move, the different things that we're doing in our relationships are affecting our lives, and how maybe our relationships are affecting our lives and our life trajectory. This will be a time for you to legitimately pay attention to different impressions that you're getting, because it's going to help you understand like different changes that are going to be having like a very like full life impact on you. Like, things that happen in the first, fourth, seventh, and 10th house, like those are things that affect your whole life, right? But more specifically, the first house, because this is you that we're talking about. We're talking about you. We're talking about your body, life trajectory, and things that are happening here, like what you're getting a glimpse of right now, what you're being able to connect to, especially if you are taking more note on the way that you're feeling, on different psychic and like emotional impressions that you're getting around this time. Like, this will be able to help you understand the big changes that are going to be accelerated coming very soon. All right, like we're going to have an eclipse coming up in 2 weeks that's going to be happening in our 7th house, which is going to be maybe something that's going to be affecting our partner. If you're somebody who has a partner right now, maybe they're going to go through a big change, and that's going to be affecting you in some way, shape, or form, right? Take note of what you have going on here, because it will help you understand a section of the big changes that are coming for your life soon. All right, please take advantage of this energy. Let me know if this resonated for you. Let me know in the comments. Give me a like. Share this video with anybody you think can be benefited from it. And make sure that you're following me so you can catch the next videos. Alrighty, now for my Virgo people, meaning my Virgo suns, Virgo risings, more so Virgo risings than anything. If you don't know your rising sign, maybe your sun sign. Also, if you have a pileup of planets, like I have like a lot of Virgo energy, and like while I am a Leo sun, like a Leo rising, a lot of times the Virgo stuff also applies to me because I just have a lot of energy focus in Virgo, right? So if that's your case, maybe you want to pay attention to this as well. If you haven't watched the first part of this video, go back and watch it because you're getting information from like a Virgo's perspective, right? but also it gives you a whole lot more information than what you're going to get here, because I'm just going to let you know like what part of life that this is going to be affecting. And for you Virgo people, this is going to be affecting very directly your 12th house section of life, where we're talking about like your need to rest, maybe different self like sabotaging tendencies, things that kind of keep you separate and away from like society, right? And you're gonna see during this time maybe different ways that working Virgos, working, overworking, day-to-day routines, and maybe like different things that you have going on with your diet are actually affecting like your mental health and how they're affecting your need to rest. Maybe you're doing too much on this other side and it's really like wreaking havoc on the mental side of things. I want you to also pay attention to like different like make sure that you do, as I mentioned earlier in this video, like take notes of the different impressions that you were having around this time, around the time of this Leo full moon, because they're giving you like a glimpse of different things that are going to be changing in your life, right? Maybe your dreams are going to be kind of cluing you into different things, and maybe your dreams are going to be something for you to pay attention to over the next few years, because or the next couple of years, because the eclipses are going to be happening here, and like there's going to be information that's going to be given to you about the different things that are happening. And right now, since the moon is here, it's really giving us like a way to connect to these energies in a way that maybe we're not typically able to. All right, so take note, pay attention, and like legitimately there's going to be accelerated change happening in these areas of life. And maybe it'll help you get rid of some of those self-destructive tendencies. Maybe some of the self-sabotaging stuff that you do will be highlighted for you and you'll be able to let them go more easily. Especially like if you take note and you see these different things that you have going on in this section of your life and different things that you want to do to change them, different things that are good for you, different things that are bad for you, it will give you something to focus this energy on as those like accelerated changes come about. Let me know if this resonated for you. Like, let me know in the comments. Give me a like and make sure that you're following me so you can catch future videos. Now, for my Libra people, meaning Libra risings, Libra suns, maybe people with like a stack up of planets in Libra, like this can be talking about you, talking to you. Go back and watch the first part of this video to legitimately get a better understanding of all of these energies. I'm going to just tell you about which part of life is going to be affected, right? And for you in particular, this is going to be affecting your 11th house section of life, which is talking about friendships, communities, also future aspirations, things that you want to go for, right? I love this energy for you because it's energy that's hitting you in a very positive way, and it's something that can help you understand how different relationships, different friendships that you've like had going on, how your friendships are helping support you, right? But also maybe like if you started a friendship around like summer of last year, how that relationship is actually like how that friendship is impacting you now in like different like important like supportive ways, right? But also pay attention because maybe some like dreams and aspirations that you have for the future are going to come to light right now, and maybe like you'll get a better understanding of how you can actually approach these things, or maybe different things that you might want to let go. Like take note of the different impressions that you're getting in this section of life, about this section of life, and things about like what it is that you really want, what it is that you don't want, how it is that you're connecting to these energies, and maybe like use this as something to like refer back to as these next couple of years start to really accelerate changes in that 11th and 5th house axis, like parts of life where we're talking about, again, friendships, communities, future aspirations, and then things that you bring into this world, things that you create. Maybe you'll be able to see how you can start to make different things that will be able to help you achieve your goals. Like this is going to play out differently for different people. So take advantage of this time. Let me know in the comments if this is resonating for you. Give me a like and make sure you share this with somebody that can be benefited from it, all right? Also, make sure that you're following me so you can catch future videos. Now, for my Scorpio people, meaning Scorpio rising, Scorpio suns, more so risings than suns. If you have a pileup of planets in Scorpio, this can be talking to you as well. I legitimately want you to take note because right now, like, the way that this is going to be hitting you is in a square, and like this is some of the more harsher energies, and the way that these big accelerated changes are going to be coming for you soon, like it's going to give you a different way of learning how you can actually prepare for these energies and the different changes that are coming about, right? Because again, a square just creates more tense and harsh energies that foment some type of change that kind of like push you into changing something, right? And if you're paying attention to the different impressions that you're getting now, you can see maybe where different changes are going to be coming about in your life and how you can actually like adjust to it, right? Because we're talking about your career right now. We're talking about like a very important part of your life where like if you're a Scorpio rising, something's going to be happening in your career sector, your career and home sector, where something's going to happen to like really try and balance this out for you, because maybe you have been focusing too much on your career. Maybe you've been giving too much to your public image, and now it's time for you to start focusing on home, right? Like right now, you're going to see what you have going on in that career section, and like, please take advantage of this energy. Take advantage of like a time that you have right now to write down any impressions that you're getting about this area of your life. Like, I want you to think about how it's feeling, how it's making you feel. Like if you're at work, write down, like just jot down different ways that you're feeling while you're at work, and see how like how that's truly like affecting your being, because changes are coming, and you can possibly get a feel for some of the changes that need to happen. You can see different things that you want to change in your life, and maybe use the energy of like the accelerated changes that are coming anyways to bring about these changes for yourself and like have a better grasp of how these things work, right? Let me know if this resonates for you. Please do like pay attention to what I'm saying here, because it can benefit your life quite a bit, and it can help you prepare for like different things like career, something happening in your career life, a big change happening there where you're forced to let something go. Can be really, really destabilizing. And as somebody who is very fixed in nature, or you have very fixed energy in very important parts of your life, knowing what to expect can possibly really help you prepare and start to like get connected to that energy. All right, let me know in the comments if this is resonating. Share this video with anybody you think can benefit from it, and also make sure that you're following me so you can catch future videos. Now for my Sagittarius people, meaning Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius suns, people with a pile up a planet in Sagittarius, maybe talking about you as well. All right, if you haven't watched the first part of this video, go back and watch it. I go over a lot more information than what I'm going to touch on here. All right, for you in particular, this is going to be playing out in your 9th house, and 9th house talks about like your philosophy. It talks about your spirituality, your connection to spirituality. And also it talks about foreign lands and foreign things for some people, and how like different changes that are going to be happening here. Maybe you like are like moving to a foreign land or something like that, or different changes that are happening, like somebody foreign comes into your life. You might also want to look back to like 6 months ago, if like somebody foreign came into your life, and you see like how this is like changing in your life, or how different like belief structures or things like that came into your life 6 months ago, and pay attention to like how this is like starting to flourish or like blossom in your life now, and see what it is that you like about these energies and what it is that maybe you don't. This is going to be something where it's going to be a lot more like feeling it out, and see how this stuff is impacting you like emotionally possibly, and spiritually as well. Like we're talking about the 9th house. Write down any impressions that you're getting around this time, because they're going to help you understand and connect to possible changes that are going to be coming in your life for these next couple of years. And like legitimately having a heads up can be a beautiful thing. I like this energy a lot more for you than I do for a lot of other people. So like maybe it's just time for you to like bask in the energies and like see how life has been for you and how life can be for you. I'm really excited for anybody that this is like signifying like some type of foreign travel, or like a foreign move, or foreign something that's coming in. Like I like that. Let me know if this resonated for you. Put it down in the comments, give me a like, share this video with anybody you think can be benefited from it, as well as make sure that you're following me so you can catch future videos. Now for my Capricorn people, meaning my Capricorn risings, my Capricorn suns, people with a pile up of planets in Capricorn. We recently had one of those. Like we're going to talk about how exactly this full moon is going to be affecting you and how exactly you can expect this energy to show up in your life, where to expect this energy to show up in your life. Actually, if you haven't watched the first part of this video, go back and watch it. It can help you understand a lot more of what we have going on during this time. For you in particular, this is going to be highlighting things in this eighth house section of your life. And eighth house is like a house where it's a lot more touchy, it's a lot more sensitive, and maybe it'll help you understand your connection to those heavier things in life. Heavier where we're talking about maybe past traumas, where we're talking about death for some people, your connection to death, maybe your connection to other people's like finances and resources. I want you to take this chance right now to really feel out the different things that are coming to you. Like, please do as I mentioned earlier and take a list of the different impressions that you're getting, like emotional impressions or psychic or spiritual impressions that you're getting that about this section of your life, and take note of different things that you might want to change. Like, a beautiful thing about a full moon is that you get visibility, and this is a place where visibility isn't usually accessible, and you can see how like your thought patterns, how like different ways that you operate are like actually like affecting this part of life. You're gonna be having like changes in that second and eighth house section of your life where we're talking about finances, we're talking about debts, like we're talking about a lot of different things that are going to be changing, and maybe getting like a heads up for the different changes that are coming can help you. Let me know if this resonated down in the comments. Give me a like, share this video with anybody you think can be benefited from it. And also like make sure that you're following me so you can catch future videos. Now for my Aquarius people, this is going to be playing out in your 7th house. And 7th house is a very interesting house because it's talking about your other, right? This can be something where like maybe your partner has some type of revelation. Maybe your partner's like feeling something around this time, and like pay attention to what it is that your partner has going on. Maybe pay attention to like different feelings that you're feeling about your partner as well. Like there's energy that's going to be showing here that can help you gauge a lot of what you're gonna have going on in these next couple of years. Like you're getting teed up for big changes that are happening to you. Like in 2 weeks, there's gonna be an eclipse that's happening for you directly, and like I want you to be able to like gauge a lot of this stuff and get prepared for big changes. All right. If you haven't watched the first part of this video, go back and watch it. I go over a whole lot more of this information, but like change is coming. And this is change that is very life impacting. We're talking about your partner, whether you're married or like have a long-term relationship, whatever the case may be. Maybe for some people, it'll be talking about like clients, if you have client work, or like a business partner. Something's changing in this area of life. And I want you to like pay attention to the impressions that you're getting around this time, or like different things that your partner is experiencing or expressing about how they're feeling, because that may play a bigger role here soon than what you're expecting right now. And if you haven't been paying attention, like it's time for you to pay attention. All right. And maybe it's like the way that your partnership is affecting you, whether it be romantic or not. Like pay attention, because you're going to be experiencing changes here, and maybe it's going to be something that is like you're feeling the need to be more authentic in yourself, because like different changes that are happening and life is going to be shifting. Take note, please take note. It can help you. All right. Let me know if this is resonating for you in the comments. Give me a like, share this with anybody you think can be benefited from it, and make sure that you're following me so you can catch future videos. If you'd like to work with me personally, you can reach out on my website. You can do that and we can figure something out. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Now for my Pisces risings. Pisces people, Pisces more so than anything, right? You could be Pisces sun as well if you have a pile up of planets in Pisces. Maybe I'm talking to you as well. Watch the first part of this video because it's going to give you a different connection to this energy. It'll help you understand a lot more of what's going on than what I'm going to touch on here. Because right now what I'm going to talk about is the fact that it is going to be highlighting for you different things that you have going on when it comes to your day-to-day routines, when it comes to maybe your diet for some of you. It's going to help you understand like, or maybe even for some people it'll be like people that you employ, or maybe your pets. Like different things like are going to be highlighted around this time that are going to help you connect to how exactly this side of your life is like truly affecting you emotionally, or how it's affecting like a whole nother side of things that you're not necessarily always paying attention to, and how this is going to be playing out with like your need to rest and recuperate, and how it's affecting maybe self-destructive tendencies that you have, or maybe your mental health, and how like the way that you're operating on this like axis is really affecting you, because it's something that is kind of like invisible and hidden to an extent, and it really does have like an effect on your whole life, right? um there's going to be accelerated change coming, and I want you to like take advantage of this time that you have to write down the impressions that you're getting, different things that you're feeling about this section of life, whether it be like your routines, whether it be your diet, and like how these things are making you feel, because trust me, change is coming, and getting a heads up can be a beautiful thing. Let me know if this is resonating for you in the comments. Give me a like, and make sure you share this with anybody you think can be benefited from it. If you'd like to work with me personally, reach out. We can make that happen. Aries people, meaning my Aries suns, Aries risings, people with a bunch of planets in Aries. Make sure that you watch the first part of this video, because it talks about a whole lot more than what I'm going to talk about right now. Like, I'm going to tell you which part of life you're looking at experiencing these energies, but like you get a breakdown of the energies in the first part, all right? Now, this is going to be playing out in your 5th house, and 5th house is a fun part of life. It's literally like the section of your life that talks about things that you do for fun, hobbies, people you do for fun, possibly, like things that deal with like romance and like a lot of like the more positive and fun things in life. This is like the joy of Venus, right? I want you to pay attention to the different things that you have going on here, because it can help you understand different changes that you might be having coming like in the next couple of years to this section of life. Also, how this section of life is affecting like your friendships, how it's affecting your aspirations, the things that you want to go for in your life. For people that are creators, like how your content creation is also affecting like maybe your like audiences, or how like audiences are affecting like this other area of your life. Like there's going to be a lot of changes coming about, and I want you to like take advantage of the time that you have right now to pay attention to the different ways that you're feeling, how it is that you're connecting to these energies, and like maybe like see how this is relating to maybe 6 months ago, and different things that you had come into your life around that time, and like different hobbies that you had come into your life around 6 months ago, and how that's brought something new into your life, or like a different partner, like romantic partner that maybe came into your life, and how that is like affecting your life. This is also a part of like life that talks about children, and maybe your children are going about different things, or maybe like different things that your children are expressing about how they're feeling are gonna have a lot more importance coming up soon. All right, like pay attention. Let me know if this is resonating for you in the comments. Give me a like, share this video with anybody you think can be benefited from it, and make sure that you're following me so you can catch future videos. Now for my Taurus folk, this means Taurus risings, Taurus suns, people that pile up of planets in Taurus. Y'all, this is going to be energy that is going to be highlighting something that I really do want you to pay attention to, because it's showing you what you have going on in this 4th house section of your life. And 4th house is something that's talking about very foundational stuff in your life, whether it be talking about different things that's going on with your parents, different things that is going on like at home for you, your home life, and how your home life is affecting you. Like pay attention to this, because you're going to be experiencing accelerated changes in this 4th and 10th house section of your life, where home and work life, home and like your personal like private life, and your public life, these different things are going to be highlighted for you, and different changes are going to be happening. Pay attention to the things that you're feeling. Again, as I mentioned earlier, write this stuff down and see how exactly like this stuff is affecting you, how this section of your life is affecting you, and what it is that you want to let go of, what the things that you want to like bring more into your life, and really prepare yourself for the changes that will be coming about. The moon is connected to the lunar nodes, and the lunar nodes are what brings the eclipses. Big changes are coming about, and as somebody who has really strong Taurus energy, like you might not be a fan of change, and like it's happening in a place that like you don't really want change to be happening, but change is coming. And preparing for it and getting the ability to prepare for it can be a beautiful thing for you. Let me know how this is resonating for you. Let me know if you're already starting to feel some of these energies. And like, put those down in the comments. Give me a like, and then also share this with anybody you think could be benefited from it. Make sure that you're also following me so you can catch any future videos. Alrighty, Gemini people. Whether it be Gemini rising, Gemini suns, people to pile up of planets in Gemini, like, y'all are already dealing with changes. Changes are coming back soon. Understand that. But right now, this is going to be highlighting different changes and things that could be happening in the lives of like your siblings. It could be different changes that like, pay attention to the different impressions, the different ways that you're feeling when it comes to like your siblings, when it comes to maybe your communications, transportation, maybe for some of you, like your neighborhood, different things are going to be happening, different changes are going to be coming about in your neighborhood. And I want you to take note of the different impressions that you're getting around this time, because you're getting a chance to look into different things that are going to be experiencing changes, like that 3rd and 9th house section, like axis of your life, where it's neighborhoods versus foreign things, short distance travel versus long distance travel, maybe like your routines and like your faith practices versus like religion and like spiritual beliefs and whatnot. Maybe you're going to be experiencing different changes happening here on that axis as well, where like you're going to be expecting change. Pay attention to the different things that you're feeling, because they can help connect you to that. Also, again, it could be dealing with siblings, or like for some people also this deals with like your grandparents and different changes that you're going to be having regarding your grandparents, or like they're people that form part of your life that aren't necessarily like parents, which would be represented more so in the 4th house. Pay attention to the impressions that you're getting around this time, because they can help prepare you for changes. And sometimes just having a bit of preparation, having something to like help clue you into different things can make all the difference. Let me know if this is resonating for you in the comments. Give me a like, and make sure that you're following me so you can catch future videos. Now for my Cancer risings. This is going to be like a time that, first off, Cancer risings, Cancer suns, possibly people that pile up the planets in Cancer, maybe talking to you as well. If you haven't watched the first part of this video, go back and watch it. I go over a lot more than what I'm going to talk on right now, all right? This is going to be playing out in your 2nd house, that 2nd and 8th house axis, where we're talking about maybe big changes are going to be coming to your finances. Pay attention to the impressions that you're having here, different things that are maybe making you think about the way that you think about money, the way that you think about the flow of money, the way that you are interacting with money, different changes that you need to have happening between your finances and maybe your debts, maybe the money that you bring in and money that your partner brings in. There are going to be big changes coming about, and I want you to prepare for them. Having the moon here highlighting this is going to help you understand what your connection to this energy is, and how like different things may need to change here, and how your connection is affecting you. Expect big changes here. Expect like the need for changes, and maybe you'll see like the need to be changing certain things. And right now you're getting an idea of different things that you need to do to help facilitate these different changes. This area of your life is going to be receiving the energy of shorting. It is going to be receiving the energy of letting go. Maybe you need to let go of like the way that you think about money, and maybe the way that you go about getting your money. Maybe there's going to be more of a dependence on like other people's resources, or maybe like there's going to be a need for you to really resolve some of your debts so that you have a better ability to bring in your own money, or you have a ability to relate to your money in a different way. However this is playing out for you, you're going to be getting clues around this time. Take note, all right? Pay attention to the different things that you're feeling, because it's cluing you into bigger picture stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if this is resonating. Give me a like, and also share this video with anybody you think can be benefited. Make sure that you're also following me so you can catch future videos. Like, we have big ones coming up, and I want to do what I can to help prepare you. We can make this work. Finances are kind of like a scary section of life to be experiencing changes, but they happen. And having a heads up can help.